All right, welcome back to Skater XL. And if you can see in the bottom left, version 1.0.1.2. That's right, version 1.0 of Skater XL has finally dropped after being in early access for a long time. I've been playing it a little bit, actually I've been playing it for quite a while in early access, and it's been pretty fun. But 1.0 is here, and with it, it brings a bunch of new, well, it brings like 3 new levels and then a bunch of like community levels, and it makes a bunch of changes. So we're going to go through a bunch of the stuff that I've noticed so far. So we'll go ahead and continue, and we should settle in here on Easy Day High School, which is easily my favorite level that's been added. So there's 3 levels that are native to the game now, in addition to the ones we had before. So I guess we can just look at them quick. Easy Day High School, the Big Ramp, that's new. Downtown Los Angeles, that's new. California Skate Park, you'll remember that from the early access. And West LA Courthouse, we will definitely remember from the early access. It was the first level ever added. It also adds a bunch of community maps. Well, actually, you can add more. I think this is the only ones that are in it for now. Hudlin Streets, Grant Park, Chicago. Those were community maps during the early access that have now been adopted into the game, which is pretty cool. And of course, you can download more, and this is where they would show up. But for right now, we're just going to look through Easy Day High School. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It has a bunch of like iconic spots from like real California schools mostly. So we see like the Wallenberg Big Four. We've got like the Leap of Faith. We've got a bunch of stuff. We've got spots that I've seen in skate videos a lot because they're quite famous. Don't do that though. Okay, so if you've never seen Skater XL, if you don't know how Skater XL works, we're going to just explain a little bit. It's really nice because it has this controller feature you can turn on and off in the settings. And I guess too in the settings you can see what's here. Goofy, display controller, that's this. And it also lights up your feet to show which stick is which foot. Trick feedback, which basically tells us what the trick we're doing. Music titles. I have the music volume all the way down, sadly, because the soundtrack to this game is awesome, but I don't want to get demonetized. But it's so sad because it is so good. I wish you could hear it because it's awesome. We've got the character screen, of course. We can do our character customizations. We got a few pros in here. Evan Smith, Tom Asta, Raina Westgate, Tiago Lemos. Lemos? I don't actually really know how to pronounce his name. But yes, we've got those in there. We've got a male, female, and we can, of course, like customize our character, and whatnot. So that's all in here. That was kind of in here in Alpha 2. Not as much gear, especially not as much like, I don't know if there's any name brand clothing and stuff, but there's that. But yeah, if you don't know how this game works, there is a tutorial too. I'm not gonna do it, even though the tutorial is better than it was in early access. I'll just explain a little bit how it works. So if you ever played EA Skate, I would just suggest that you forget everything you know as soon as possible, because trying to play Skate and then play this is extremely difficult and sad, and it will make you frustrated with this game. But if you force yourself to learn it, and if you push through that like initial learning curve, I promise you will be rewarded with this amazing feeling when you land tricks of like, wow, that actually made a lot of sense and felt really connected. So I would encourage you, if you're going to play this and you're used to skate, just like push through and don't get discouraged. But so I am set up as a goofy rider. So my left foot is controlled with the left stick and my right foot is controlled with the right stick. That's the same if you ride regular. What am I saying? It's always right foot is right stick, left foot is left stick. That makes sense. That's easy. It gets a little confusing when you go switch, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But basically, if you want to ollie in Goofy, you will just hold the left stick down and release it, and that's an ollie. If you want to kickflip, you will hold the left stick down, and when you release it, you're going to flick the right stick to the right. Heel flip would be the other direction. If you want to shove, you're going to swoop your back foot in either direction. There's a 360 shove. You basically just do a bigger swoop to get a bigger shove. And if you want to do like a tray flip, you just need to insert a kickflip in the middle of it. So like, not like that at all, but like that. So it's interesting. Like at first it takes a little while to get used to it, but then when you get it, it makes so much sense. So what's interesting about Skater XL too, like what they've said is that they don't actually have any tricks programmed into the game. Which means like it's not like Tony Hawk where like you hit X and hit a direction and you get a kickflip. You're actually creating tricks by how you manipulate the board, and because of that, like you can do a lot of really interesting tricks. Like they have kickflip front flips, or what are they called? They're kind of weird. You have to there you go. forward kick flips. So like you can do those because you kind of kick flip it and then you can manipulate it to do a forward flip and do a forward double flip and whatnot. So it's pretty interesting. And when you start to get the hang of it, it feels really good. But you know, I'm still learning. We can also zoom out here and look at the whole map a little bit. There's just a ton of awesome spots. Like I said, some really famous spots too. Yeah, this is my favorite level by far. Like you've got the Leap of Faith here, kind of a recreation of the Leap of Faith. We've got the Wallenberg 3 is over, or Wallenberg 4 is over here. Super famous, right? Yeah, there's a bunch of other spots too, like this Hubba, pretty famous. Yeah, but it's pretty awesome. So let's just, you know what? Let's do this one. And I want to talk a little bit about Switch and probably like one of my biggest issues in the game. And I've played Session too, and Session I think handles Switch writing the way that this game should. Everything else, I think Skater XL is a lot more approachable than Session. They're similar, but Session can just be brutal sometimes, like because of how perfect you need to be. This game has a little more forgivability. But what I do like about Session that I don't like about Skater XL is, oh, and I forgot to tell you, you turn with the triggers, and you also will do, like if you want to do 180s, you will do that with the triggers. Anyway, so okay, if we go to Switch here, so we're writing regular. You would think, and if you had the control set to I'm a regular writer, you would be holding down the right stick to pop a normal ollie. But that's not how you do a switch ollie. If you want to do a switch ollie, because I'm a goofy writer writing regular now, I have to hold up on the right stick. So it's weird. Like it treats everything as if like as a skater, like it treats it as if you're always writing like kind of like fakey, because like if I want to do a switch nollie or a fakey ollie, I'm doing it like this, so I'm holding the left stick down. So it's super confusing. Like I think if I'm switch, everything should switch, and it should be consistent if I'm regular, writing regular, or if I'm goofy, writing switch, whatever. Like I wish that if I was doing a fakey ollie, I would hold up on the left stick, and if I was doing a switch ollie, I would hold down on the right stick. Like I wish it didn't, but it doesn't make sense to me. And I wish that they'd add a setting in there just to give us the option. Like I get that some people prefer this. That's cool. I really would like the other way. Like I have to kind of rewire my brain at times because it just doesn't make sense to me. Like that I have to approach everything as if I'm writing fakey. So really, like it's almost like I'm just doing a fakey nollie instead of doing a switch ollie. Like I don't know. It just seems weird to me. So anyway, I think Session does that better, and there are a lot of times where I get into switch stance, and I'm like, sick, I'm gonna come up and like do this trick, and then actually I don't do that well. I usually like do something stupid because I'm trying to crouch the other way, or like, I just like run into a picnic table and hurt myself. So probably honestly like one of my only complaints about this game at this point, like more settings options, including switch settings, would be super cool. I don't think that would be hard for them to add. Like it would just basically reverse that part of the controls, and I would be super content. And I think I would skate switch way better. Way, way, way better. Now, as far as skating regular, the game can't really help me there. It's my own fault. What I do notice playing this, so like I've played a lot of Skate 3, which is great, I guess. But I think, honestly, playing a lot of Skate 3, there are some bad habits from Skate 3 that if you bring over to Skater XL, you're gonna struggle. Like, Skate is different because you're only using one stick to control your board. You're not using both sticks to control each foot. But like in this game, so like if you want to come up, let's just come up. We're gonna come up to like a hubba, right? And I want to do like a kickflip back 5-0, like that. That was nice. I want to do a kickflip back 5-0, right? So it's really important in Skater XL that if you want to do like a kickflip into a grind, or just in general you want to do a flip, make sure you flip, you flick out, and then you come back to neutral. You make your flip and you come back, or you come back and grab and get the catch, like catch it with your front foot. Don't hold that right stick out, which I know like in skate would also probably try to do a double kickflip, but it's less forgiving here. And if you try to do a quick like kickflip into a nose slide and you don't end the kickflip, you will most likely not kickflip nose slide. You'll most likely just hurt yourself. So it's just really important. I have no idea what that was. It's just really important that you end your flip trick before trying to manipulate the board into a grind or into a spin or whatever you're trying to do. Otherwise, you'll just kind of sit there with the board flailing in the air. And we'll look at that a little later, especially like on the big, like on the mega ramp. We can just show how, I guess, how ridiculous it is, because you can go flying off and just like endlessly rotate the board in crazy ways, like friction and wind resistance don't exist. Man, we can even do it there. Like, you could just sort of like, that was a forward kick flip. I don't know. It just like gets kind of wonky, and you can flip the board forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. There are grab tricks. You can do it with the bumpers, and then obviously you rotate with the triggers. So it's kind of an interesting muscle movement that I'm honestly still kind of trying to figure out, and I'm not super good at yet. But yeah. So, okay, that's kind of like a brief overview of some of the controls. Hopefully you can kind of see it and get a good feel for it. Easy Day High School is awesome and great, and there's so many fun spots. Like, I could just sit here and skate here the whole video, but I want to at least like show the other levels without making this video too long. So we're going to jump over to one of the other ones. By the way, I guess I didn't mention this. You can set a session marker by pushing up on the D-pad. You return to a session marker by hitting... You set a session marker by down on the D-pad. You return to the session marker up on the D-pad. You can hit Y, and you can zoom out and go anywhere. There is no off board, so it's not like skate. You can't run around off your board. This is how you move around if you don't want to ride. And you can obviously zoom in and out. And yeah, pretty good. So, okay, let's check out a different map. Let's check out downtown Los Angeles. And the load times are super fast, which is really great. This is where it starts me. I never do this rail very well. And we did okay. We at least didn't hurt ourselves. So, honestly, I have not played in downtown LA a lot. I don't love it, I guess. I haven't really found spots that I love as much. It's a little crowded to me at times. But you can see it's pretty big. You can see the barricades on the streets and sidewalks and whatever. That kind of shows you the edge of the level, so you can get a good idea how big it is. Got lots of like manual pad action over here. LA Convention Center, yeah. So it's pretty cool, like trying to rebuild parts of downtown LA. And there's definitely like some iconic spots in this as well. And it's pretty big. I'd say it's probably about the same size as Easy Day. It's hard to tell. Probably similar. But yeah, I don't know. I don't find it has the kind of flow that Easy Day has. Like, it definitely has good spots. It just doesn't have the flow. Like, Easy Day just is like, so many good things. This tile's kind of tripping my eyeballs out. Yeah, also the fact that I don't know how to grind is kind of tripping my everything out. Yep, see, there I go. I think I don't even know what I did. There was some weird late manipulation. I guess, you know what, we can look at the new replay editor and see what I did. Let's back up, because this is the last time. I want to see 2 times ago. Back up, please. There it is. That's yep, there I go. Whoop. Okay, what did I do? So this is nice. Like, you can obviously come up, we can zoom in, we can swing around. You can set keyframes if you want to like take different camera angles throughout a clip, which is really cool. So yeah, we did a kickflip. Everything looked nice and going. And I don't know. You know what? Honestly, I tried to like shove out right away. So yeah, you got to be careful, because you want to hold the pressure on the grind. But sometimes I find that it can be easy to pop out, and when you don't mean to, just because you're like trying to sort of like change your angle on the grind, and if you let off too much pressure or apply too much pressure, you might do a little trick or ollie or pop or whatever out that you didn't mean to. So it just, honestly, it's like anything, you just got to practice it more. I've gotten better. I'm still pretty trash. Like, honestly, I've seen people who are good at this. I'm pretty trash, but I'm having a ton of fun, and I really don't think I'm going to be able to come back to skate. I'll be honest. I think it'd be very difficult to come back to skate, but I also just kind of don't think I want to, because this has this rewarding feeling. Like, when you start to learn it and you start to understand what's happening and like how to do specific tricks and call out your specific tricks, it gets pretty darn satisfying. And I'm just not sure skate can quite do it for me anymore. Also, it will definitely slow down my ability to learn this game, because it is just so fundamentally different. But yeah, so this is LA. I don't know. It's not like a great look at it by any means. I think it's all right. Like there's some good spot. Like I like this spot, but in general, like Easy Day is kind of where it's at for me. Oh, that was really not. It was just supposed to, see, that's where you don't end your pop, and then you're trying to manipulate the board, and then you just like flail the board in crazy directions. I was trying to do a nollie back lip, and there's a nollie back feeble. I guess it's a nollie back feeble. See, yep. See, don't do that. Oh, I love to fat finger and hit the Y button. We're gonna get this nollie back lip. There it is. Yeah, pretty ugly. Pretty ugly. Yep, that's what we wanted. Gosh. Nollie back lip. Nope. And nollie front board. Nope. She just sailed it. Oh, okay, well. It's fine. It's fine. Get it. Oh, see? Right there. It's like you just got to be really disciplined when you play this. You got to be a little more contained than you are with Skate. Like, be precise in your motions and don't just sit there holding the stick after you make your pop, because you'll probably just flip the board endlessly when you're trying to hone in your grind and pick your grind, basically. So it's just interesting. It's like two stages. You just got to make sure you flip and then grind, which is really how this works in real life, and so I like that because it's a lot more realistic, where like in Skate you can basically like kick flip and then directly take it into a crook really easily because it's kind of like the same motion. You flick it up and to the right and you'll be right into a crook or something like that. But in this, you really need to make sure you finish, catch, crook. So let's go check out the big ramp. The big ramp. All right, this is the big ramp because it's a big ramp. But yeah, we start up there by default, and we got like a little kind of almost like, well, partial bowl sort of over here. We got a roll in, partial bowl, then a little half pipe. We got a half pipe over here. This sort of goes nowhere, which is interesting. And then we go down, and we've got a rail, we've got a box, we've got a big ramp at the end with a fancy like height marker thinger. Yeah. So this one's pretty simple, but it's fun. It's fun to get to like check out the vert functionality, the vert physics, the vert, I don't know, vert stuff. So I don't do terribly well, especially at like these first rails. I don't know why. I have like a really hard time doing much besides board slides on them. Yeah, and then I like tend to bonk my butt and fall like that, exactly like that. So a good demo of me not being very good at it. I don't know why. I just like a hard time getting in the grind in here. Yep. Yeah, we're just going to roll down because I don't want to keep falling. So, like I said, you can... I think I popped an accidental nollie and got hurt. Let's not do that. But like I said, there are grabs like this. And you can tweak them with the sticks. So, it's kind of cool. Like, they added vert later. Yeah, see there? Bad habits. That was bad habits. Oh my gosh, that's the switch controls. Why? It's so hard. Like when I get into like a moment where it's a little more tense and I need to like make a calculated move, I usually make a really poorly calculated move and do something I don't intend to do. But if you saw that last time, so I was trying to just do like a big ollie, but again, you need to make sure you finish. You need to finish your flip trick before you do anything else, because I ended up, am I dead? Okay, apparently you need to snap. I think the coping kind of takes you out there. Yeah, you just need to make sure you finish your flip trick. Otherwise, like, it will just flip endlessly. And I'll show that here, actually. We'll show what not to do. Don't do this. Here we go. So, like, it's hard because, like, oh, this is so intense. I gotta just, like, yeet it. Oh, wait, my board's still flipping. And then I did a 360, 1440 trace sextuple flip, which is a nonsense trick that makes no sense. Not really. So don't do that. Like, if you want to do a tray flip or whatever, like, sure, do it, but just, like, make sure you end it and catch it. It's just, like, again, for me, it's a bad habit that came from Skate. Stuff that you can get away with in Skate that you don't want to do in this. Oh, I'm really... How am I... Yep. I don't know how I lived. I'm going to get hurt. Oh, how have I not fallen? Fakie backside 1260, 540 hard, double flip. That's a totally normal trick that people do all the time. completely reasonable. No, it's not at all. It's pretty dumb, but I mean, it's fun. Like, it's dumb. It's dumb, but I love it. It's dumb. And of course, like, if you saw in like one of my later Skater XL videos, you can roll into like coping grinds and stuff, which is super awesome. It makes like little mini pipes really fun, super fun. You like roll into little stalls. Not sure how that one locked in. It's just pretty. That's pretty cool. I really like the mini pipe stuff. Like, it's pretty fun. You can also do 1-foot airs. Like we can do like this. Big old ollie north and whatnot, so pretty cool. Ollie south, I guess. I don't know. Is that really? I don't know if that's what that actually is called or not. If that's just a stupid term. Oh, yep. See, switch physics. Try to do a regular ollie the way it makes sense in my brain that apparently the game doesn't like. So, but yeah. So that's the big ramp. And that's a few of the things in Skater XL 1.0. I would say in general, as far as the skating goes, it's not super different. I guess I would say like it's smoother. It's like subtly just a little more polished and a little smoother. I mean, it's not to say there's like not still like wacky moments where like things just go crazy. We've kind of seen a couple of those. But in general, I think it's just smoother. And I think vert, oh really? I was trying to go 180 nose grind. I think vert is generally like a little smoother and just things are just a little more polished, a little more refined. And I'm sure now that this is in the hands of lots of people, that refinement will probably continue. And yeah, I just think, man, like Skater XL, I wasn't so sure about it at first, and I was kind of gravitating towards Session, but I will say I am firmly in the Skater XL camp now. Especially, I mean, it's developed just so much more than Session has. Really not doing a good job getting that around. I guess too, there are challenges on all the maps. So like, oh, ollie the, this is gonna be, you know, this is not much of a challenge here. Ollie the pyramid, but it's kind of fun because like, you know, when you do you kind of get to do it like with the little ghost guy. So like, is there anything cool? Basic tricks. Let's do flip tricks. Kickflip to fakie. Oh boy. High kickflip gap. That's not very interesting. Is there anything more cooler? High kickflip into rollin'. I don't know. It's not that cool, but so like you can do it with little guys. So it's like, oh, cool. Look, I did it. Ding. I did a super basic trick. Show my run. I love the part at the end where I fell. Ooh. So that's kind of cool. Like there are some challenges. Beyond that, it's not like there's a career or anything or, you know, campaign mode, but this is not a game that's intended to be any of those things. So I think it's cool though that those are in there. It's like a good way to challenge yourself to like learn tricks. Like advanced. What is this one? Nollie backside 180 kickflip. Yep. That was a barrel flip. Oh wow, you are just gonna straight up there. Bing! It's kind of fun because like it makes you think of tricks maybe that you're not just doing because of muscle memory, and challenges you to learn some stuff that maybe you don't know how to do. And I gotta say, like that looked fairly clean. I should have rotated a little more, but it looked pretty clean. So, yeah, I guess for now, I think this is kind of it for this video. A sort of, I mean, honestly, like a brief overview of Skater XL 1.0. It's now finally here. I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are excited. And if there's anything you guys want to see on Skater XL, or if you want to just tell me that I'm really bad at it, which I'm not going to disagree with. I haven't played it enough to be good yet, I don't think. Let me know. And just, oh boy. Yeah, let me know if you guys have anything you guys want to see or questions or anything, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more videos of Skater XL, as well as other games I've been playing, make sure to subscribe. And either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I didn't fall. I will see you in the next video. See ya.